Hi YouTube family!
My name is Alicia English.
And I'm Philip English.
Welcome back to our channel. We have sun! Can you see it coming through that window there?
Ooh, the rays are beating on my back.
Woo! We're so happy. We have another day of sunshine so we can get projects done on the camper today. Okay, yesterday was our day off. And we actually couldn't help ourselves, but we have a confession to make. We came in and did some work on the camper. You might see a slight bit of a clue behind us here as to what we possibly could have done. Let's get working.
Let's do it.
Should we show them what we did yesterday?
Yes.
On our day off?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Okay, so I may have gone a little crazy with the white primer yesterday, and I painted almost all of the walls in the camper with the white primer. I took a brush and edged everything off, rolled the yellow ceiling. It was this color, and this is just one coat of primer. So I am thrilled with the coverage of this beauty tone paint. I did a little bit more white where I had already painted some white, touched up the window frames, did some more on the back wall here, as well as all behind Philip here, all white, almost tackled completely behind the couch, but since we kind of still need a sitting spot, and then also did this whole side here above where our L-shaped sectional is going to go. So the window frames all still need to be white, and this is just a first coat of rolled primer, but whew, it was a lot of work, and it would have been super boring to show you every little square inch of painting this white because I have a lot more white to paint because this is just primer. It's looking so much brighter in here.
It does. Like, I can see it on camera even. And it's more joyful when I come in.
Yeah, and it actually made the space seem so much bigger. And
really
even though the windows are still really dark with the dark frames, when they're white, like this frame here, it will open up even more. And then we obviously still need to tackle this whole area back here. So that will be kind of like in a couple days, I think. And the, kitchen's not done yet. But we're getting there. It's getting so much brighter and feeling so much bigger every day.
I love it.
So the sun is shining. I think we're gonna do some work outside today.
Yes.
Let me know what you think of all the white. I think it's going to look so much bigger in here, and I'm really excited to see once I get another coat of primer as well as the paint, all of the framing of the vents and the light fixtures and everything, that will all not be the yellow that is right now, but I just really wanted to get that first coat of primer on while we had this warmer day so that we were able to get this kind of dried overnight. So hopefully I can tackle another coat of it today, but let me know in the comment section what you think.
Back up on the roof, and I'm just cleaning up around where I'm going to seal this fan back in. So I'm scraping up all the old sealer and all the old putty before I can screw this back down. I'm going to put new caulking, new sealing all around, new sealant, and then screw it back down. And then I'm going to seal the whole roof once I've screwed those screws back down too. This is all I'm doing. I'm using a putty knife here or a razor blade. I'm just going, making sure all this putty's off. It's a process. Get it real super clean.
Decided that we're going to do this big kitchen window seamless on the bottom, so I've just sprayed it black all along the bottom of the window. The top part above will be white. Philip's picking off any of the caulking that's on the outside so I can prime with the spray paint over any spots that were caulked. Because there was the caulking, I have to use the white Rust-Oleum spray paint over those spots because it actually repels the paint that I'm trying to roll on the outside. So I prime it with the Rust-Oleum spray paint and then I can roll over it with my actual exterior paint. But I think it's starting to come together. Still scraping. You're supposed to say what day is it?
What day is it?
I'm still getting you a t-shirt. We're also trying to decide where we're going to put our logo that we've designed for the camper. So our options are basically in between those two windows there, or on the other side of the camper, we have a little bit more wall space on that back side corner there. And so I'm not sure if I want to put it on both sides of the camper or just on one. So let me know in the comments section where you think we should put our logo we're gonna make. After a little more than about 3.5 hours, it looks like we have done nothing. Philip has been scraping and scraping and scraping, and I have been rolling black paint on the bottom, doing more coats, taping off windows, spraying multiple coats of white spray paint. Philip is gonna have permanent tar covered hands, I think, for the next month because he's just covered in sticky. And then what's happening, because it's warm out, is that all the stuff that he's pulling off hits the concrete on the pavement here, and then I have to get it swept up right away, otherwise it starts melting onto the driveway. So we are having loads of fun today getting everything off the camper. So thank goodness it's such a gorgeous day and we don't mind being out here, but we have prepped and prepped and prepped for the last 3.5 or so hours. So we're gonna keep doing a little more prep here before we can start rolling that white paint. Oh my gosh. There's so many pieces. So any spots where there was caulking, the paint repels and doesn't stick to the camper. So I've used the Rust-Oleum white paint to be able to spray any spots where there was caulking to use as a primer on those spots. I did that on the other side of the camper and it seemed to work. So I'm doing it to this side. So I'm just letting that dry, but all the debris has now fallen down onto the black that we painted on the bottom. It's just like sticking, kind of like static cling. And so I'm just getting all that off. I do need another coat of black, so I'm not overly concerned about it. So I'm gonna roll the top and then do the bottom coat of black once I do the first coats of the white on the top. That way, if I have any overflow, I'm not too worried if it gets on the bottom. Let's get in there. And I like that the door is gonna be seamless. So I have it taped off. I'm going to just paint over these knobs for right now just with the spray paint because we're just going to be getting different knobs anyways. And so I don't really care too much. We don't have the keys for these ones and we wanna be able to get new locks and stuff for it. And then we will be replacing this handle too, I think. So I'm just gonna paint over it for now, and then I taped off these badges that I thought that we needed to keep. And then this one I just painted over the spray paint because it was just like where it was purchased. I don't think that really matters, but these had other sort of ID badges on them and I wasn't sure what we needed to keep, what we didn't. So for now, I've just taped them off just to kind of keep them visible in case we do need them. We're getting there.
Let's paint.
Let's paint. I can't wait for it to match the other side. It's like we have half of a really nicely painted camper. Using the straight white out of the can meant that it matched my Rust-Oleum white windows perfectly because it's pure fur white. So if I would have chosen actually tinted white paint color, they might have clashed and not been exactly the same. So they match perfect.
Jacob, the Blue Jay.
Needs a custom logo.
It does.
The white compared to the cream. Oh my goodness, such a difference. Can't wait to get the rest done. In our last video, Philip started to frame up the new ceiling joists that were going to go surrounding the fan. And since you can still see daylight coming through where those screws are, he needs to make another piece to go on this side and another piece on the left side. So we're going to cut them right now, but since we're out of 2x2s, we're going to rip some 2x4s in half, and then we can actually screw down from the top down into the ceiling onto these new joists that are here. As you can see, the ceiling is raised up a little bit, so it's going to get pushed down nice and tight before he can seal it from the rooftop. Can you remember that?
Yeah.
What were the numbers?
13 3/4, 14 2/8.
There you go. So we've been discussing getting some new fans for the camper, but since we can't get any right now, we obviously need to utilize the ones that we already have. So we'll be able to seal these up and make use of what we have for now, and then we'll be able to do an upgrade when we can. I I was gonna make a joke about how you really need to have a fan in your camper bathroom when you camp with 3 boys.
That's not even a joke, though. That's
We're
reality.
getting upgraded fans, everyone. Upgraded fans.
Well, I'm still gonna take this fan and clean it.
Yeah, we're just using what we have for now since we can't really access a lot of newer materials. So we definitely have been looking at what fans we're going to upgrade to because we have one. How many do we have? 4? 4 in the camper. When working in the camper, you realize how many tight spaces that you have to work with, and sometimes your tools just don't fit in the spots that you want them to.
Seal it and screw that stuff down.
Woo! Hi, where are you?
Oh, don't! You're gonna get it all over you.
Where are you?
Hi.
Hi. Okay, I'm coming up.
Okay.
I'm coming out and up. When you can't find the caulking gun?
Oh my gosh. Right?
I didn't buy one because I knew I had just got one. Do you think we can find it? No. We have the flathead at the back. We matched up the screws that were already in there at Home Hardware, so we have the same length and the same style that were already there. Now he's sealing up that back part there where you can see the sunlight coming in, making sure that everything's nice and tight. It's got sealer on everything. Definitely gonna keep out the rain that we're having next week. This was really imperative that we got this job done today. Now you can't see skylight vents from the outside. Looks nice and sealed up. We're gonna let it dry. Tomorrow we're gonna do the great big sealer over the whole roof of the camper. We got a lot done today.
We got a lot done today.
Should we say it together? We got a lot done today. I feel like we had to say that 3 times. Today we got a little bit more painted and primed on the inside of the camper. I just used a little bit of white paint that I had left in the tray so that I didn't have to do that cleanup at the end of the day. So that was a good use of some extra white paint.
Yes.
Philip got the rest of the ceiling of the bathroom framed up.
Woo!
Woo-wee! Finished scraping. How long did you scrape?
Too long.
Like 5 hours of
Well, I don't know,
scraping?
like 2 days of scraping,
Yeah.
really. But yeah, like today, 5 hours of scraping.
At least, with a razor blade
Yeah.
in his hand on the roof in the hot sun. I'm not complaining about the sun by any means, but
No.
poor Philip and his scraping and more scraping and
No,
more
I'm
scraping.
good. I'm good. I was happy to scrape.
And then I got about, I'd say another coat and a half on the black around the whole perimeter of the camper, as well as the first prime coat on the other 2 sides of the camper. So we now
Yeah.
have 3 sides of the camper almost entirely white. And then I watched Philip do a lot more scraping while my paint dried, and then I did some more painting. So we have also a lot of our windows got painted white on the outside today and all taped off, and we got a whole ton of prep work done today. Like so much gunk off of the camper so we could roll the paint.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about the way the exterior is looking. So I mentioned earlier in the video, we need to hear from you. Where should we put the logo that we've designed on the camper? Should it be a couple of options? Half and half on the white and black. So upper half would be black on the white and lower half would be white on the black.
Two-tone.
Yeah, I need a nap before I say that again. And then the other option is where should it be located on the camper? I don't want it on the rock shield because I know that people won't really see it anyways. That will be facing the rear end of our truck. And so it needs to be on either one of the left or right side of the camper. And then we have an idea for something small to put on the back side of the camper with our YouTube link and things like that. So left side, where we have a huge amount of space, or
The front.
right side
Where the door is.
Where the door is. Let me know where leave it in the comment section so I can ponder it for a few more days before we get that put on. I think I have the design kind of how I want it. I just need to think about where it's going to go on the camper.
Fun.
So fun. All right, so we are going to wrap it up for today. We are exhausted. We need to go get some dinner in our bellies and relax for the rest of the evening, get this video edited and up for you guys. Thank you so much for your patience while we had a little bit of a rest day yesterday, even though we ended up doing some work on the camper anyways. We really were excited to get some of the paint rolled on the inside, so I think it's looking really good. It's definitely gorgeous. Brightening up the space.
Yes.
So we will see you all on tomorrow's video. Love you.
Bye.